Alright, so now I gotta climb this mountain so I can get up to this site and do my work. I'm just gonna give this Z31 suspension package the big test here. Truck does ride pretty friggin' rough, I will say that. We need to get a bigger tire on this. I do have a lot of gear and stuff piled in the truck, so if you hear a rattling, it's not parts and pieces falling off it yet. It's just my tools and stuff clanging around. So as you can see, a normal everyday low sitting truck would not be no good for our application, what we do. Only 1,200 kilometers on her, and she's already going in the woods. This is how our trucks get treated, though. We gotta meet the demands. And these sites are always usually on mountaintops and remote locations. This is probably the first time all year that anyone's been up to this one. So you never know what to expect. Now we start climbing the big hill. Oh yeah, this is pretty sweet looking. Looks like there has been some traffic up the road, but A little bigger tire on this, it won't be as rough and as bad. I don't know why when they build these trucks and put the so-called off-road suspension package onto them, that they don't put an off-road tire onto it to go with it. Oh, they put the Michelin Pavement Princess LTXs, and that's what they send you in the woods with. Our last truck we bought, the boss made a good decision and just yanked the things off immediately, sold them on Kijiji, and put a real set of tires on. So hopefully he'll do the same thing with this one. If this gets much steeper or rockier, I'm going to end up putting this in four-wheel drive. You're liable to slice tires open in situations and roads like this, especially once you're trying to haul a trailer up. Oh, here we've got a pretty good washout. Long old crawl into this site. This is one of the farther roads to get in of all the ones we service. I'm used to driving a truck with at least a 35-inch tire. All our work trucks got 35s, and my truck is 37, so I don't know the actual measurement of these. I'm sure they're probably 32, maybe a 33. But a little bigger tire in these situations really helps you out. Oh, there's the tower. We're getting closer. Here we are, made or no trouble. So I just wanted to stop and show you guys this. I'm up on a mountain, beautiful view here. This is the second mountain we climbed in the 2021 GMC. But there's actually a rock quarry or gravel pit at the top of this hill, and they had to pave it because it's so steep that the dump trucks can't even get up it. And I gotta say, this is pretty crazy. These guys are driving dump trucks down this mountain, which it's straining my legs just to walk up this. It's that much of a grade right here. But look at this. There's no guardrail here. And this is like a friggin' 70-80 foot bank with not a tree big enough to stop a dump truck. Like, that is just crazy. These guys coming down that must have balls of steel. Pretty rough country up here in the highlands of Cape Breton. Here we are coming down the mountain, and look at this trucker. Could you imagine coming down that thing loaded? Holy. Some pretty amazing scenery up here. I'll put some little shots in for you guys, hopefully you enjoy it. Place to bring a sports car in the summertime. We had my M5 up around this a few years ago, and it was a time. For miles. All the times I've been up here, I've never actually witnessed rocks falling down the cliff, but I bet you up here in a bad rainstorm it's dangerous, to say the least. This is one of the few places that I've seen the weather is so nasty up here in the wintertime that there's actually emergency stations along this road the whole way through, because it can be that dangerous, and there's hardly any cell reception. You're just basically up here in the middle of nowhere, but it's a huge tourism attraction. Literally, we're driving on the edge of a cliff face here. you guys see over that hood there? Huge cliff right there, like 200, 300 feet down, no joke. So we're climbing a 13% grade right now up this mountainside. And this is the first time I've actually heard this 6.6 a little bit. It's a nice healthy sounding engine. Stock. I'm sure an air filter and exhaust will help her a lot. So as I was saying, this is one of the few roads I've seen with little emergency stations like this geared up, so you don't freeze to death or die if you get caught up here in a big storm. Can you imagine these guys building the road through here back in the day? Holy. Meat Cove, Cape Breton. Literally climbing up the side of this mountain here, roads all washed out. So far we're doing it in two-wheel drive with these Michelins. It's starting to get a little interesting. I'm still 5 kilometers from my destination. There's no guardrails, no nothing. So you definitely don't want to go off the road. If you guys don't know where Meat Cove, Cape Breton is, you should look it up on the map. Oh, I don't think we're going to get up this in two-wheel drive. We're going to put her in four. She's trying to hop and jump. Say middle of nowhere. Like, we're talking the nearest Walmart or Canadian Tire is like probably 300 kilometers from here. Pretty rough terrain. Not really an LTX Michelin type of condition, but hopefully we won't slice the side out of one of these. I don't know if you guys can see over that hood there, not going uphill. It's an awful big dead spot in front of this truck. more kilometers to go. Oh, this isn't very exciting. When the road gets worse, I'll turn it back on. This is pretty crazy, guys. They had a major windstorm up here. And look at all these knockouts and deadfalls and uproots. What a view. Last thing you want out here in the middle of nowhere is an effing flat tire. What goes up must come down. Brakes feel pretty good. I still can't get over these guys got no guardrails on these roads. kilometers on her. She's getting broken the way she's going to be used.
Football games, falling leaves made for falling in. Front porch steps made for good night kissing and
Pretty incredible scenery up here, guys. This is what they call Cape Smoky. That car down there looks like a little dot. Way over here. Just S-turn after S-turn after S-turn. Truck handles nice. Just came from up there. Alright, we are on the final stages of the cabin trail here in Cape Breton. Old GMC is doing great. River here off to the right hand side. We get a few glimpses of it here as we drive through, but just crazy the water that runs off these mountains up here. Second tank. Truck's got almost 1,800 kilometers onto it, and I'm not trying to butter this up for Chev or nothing, so we did a lot of hill climbing, a lot of slow driving around tight twisty corners, four-wheel drive up mountains again.